Alright guys, so day one of free agency is over. Let's recap all the signings. Real fast guys, we have trivia or question of the day coming in right here. Who do you think the Browns will take at #1 overall pick? Will it be Donald? Will it be Baker? Will it be Barkley? Tell me down below your prediction. And also, do you think they're going to trade the pick, and to who too? Also, guys, we have quite a comment of the day coming in from the PC Gamer who said grinding online is awful. I only have 11 wins. And guys, our like goal for this video is 15 likes. If you'd like to help crush that like goal, hit the like button down below. Let's get into it, guys. So, starting off right away, let me just read you off some reports. Adam Scheffler said that the Denver Broncos have agreed to trade quarterback Trevor Siemian to the Saints. We had the Seahawks did not place a tender on Thomas Rawls, making him an unrestricted free agent. Patriots have re-signed Rex Burkhead, or as some people call him, Rex Goathead. The Lions have released former first-round pick Eric Ebron. Joe Thomas has retired after 11 seasons. Honors to him. The Baltimore Ravens have released Jeremy Maclin, freeing up $5 million worth of space. The Giants will sign left tackle Nate Solder. Dion Lewis is now going to be a Tennessee Titan. And of course, we already covered last video that Ryan Grant is also going to be a Baltimore Raven, which I'm still on the fence with what I think about that. I mean, I'm happy he's not Ryan Grant from like 35-year-old Packers running back, and he's actually someone, but it's going to be kind of interesting. Frank Gore is close to signing with the Lions. AJ McCarron signed with the Buffalo Bills, but they did go ahead and follow that up by saying that does not mean they are out on trying to find a quarterback for this next offseason. They are still in this offseason for the draft. They are still interested in drafting a quarterback. Signing him means nothing. What the GM said. Which, if I was AJ McCarron, I'd be like, yeah, I'm a Buffalo Bill. I'm going to be a starting quarterback. Wait. You said you really don't even care I'm here? No, like you could take Baker. You're going to take Baker and start him. Yeah, that's pretty much what the GM said. And that's pretty disappointing because they just signed AJ McCarron. First day in. We're still drafting a quarterback. Fluff this guy. We just brought him in. Mike Glennon actually signed a deal with the Cardinals. Avery Williamson signed with the Jets. Obviously, Trevor Siemian. Trade to the Vikings. Okay, so it said at first it was going to be the Saints, and now it looks like he's going to be traded to the Vikings. Ryan Tannehill restructured his deal. Niles Paul traded to the Jaguars. Sue was officially released with whoever picks up Sue. Congratulations, because that's going to be quite a place. Demario Davis is a Saint. Patrick Robinson signed with the Saints. Joe Thomas, as I said, is now gone. Tyrann Mathieu cut by the Arizona Cardinals, which is huge. The Honey Badger is one of the biggest free agents now. And I was going to be interested to see where he ends up landing. Jerick McKinnon expected to sign with the 49ers. Carlos Hyde expected to sign with the Browns. Chase Daniels headed to Chicago to be behind Mitchell Trubisky. And let's go ahead and take a look at any of these other players we have right here. So, the AJ McCarron contract was 2 years, $10 million with Buffalo. Obviously, we still have a lot of players left on free agency that players can, sign anywhere. So it's not like it's completely done yet, but obviously it's, the big names are going to go quickly, and that's what ended up happening right here. Tom Savage going to the Saints. So I'm guessing Trevor Siemian got traded to the Vikings, and then the Saints are like, all right, well, fluff it. We're going to go ahead and sign Mr. Tom Savage. Chase Daniels went to Chicago, as I said. So let's go ahead and scroll down the list a little bit. And that's going to be it for quarterbacks. Again, still a lot of quarterbacks left. Jay Cutler, Blaine Gabbert, Matt Moore. A lot of backups that could be signed anywhere. Now, when it comes to running backs, we already talked about Carlos Hyde to Cleveland. We also talked to Jerick McKinnon, who officially has signed 4 years, $30 million with San Francisco. Rex Burkhead signed a 3-year deal with New England. Going down the list a little bit, that's going to be it for running backs. Wide receivers, as you can see, they are going off the market very, very quick. Marquise Lee staying with Jacksonville. Sammy Watkins going to KC. Allen Robinson, as I said, going to Chicago. Paul Richardson, Washington. And then going down the list, Adrian Wilson going to Miami. 3 years, $24 million, so about $8 million a year, not bad. Dante Moncrief is going to be a Jacksonville Jaguar officially. Again, a lot of these signatures, a lot of these things were already set in stone yesterday, but they were not official. These are actually, 100% official. Brian Quick is going to Washington. DeAnthony Thomas is going to re-sign with KC. Jimmy Graham is going to go ahead and officially go to Green Bay. 3 years, $30 million deal. So $10 million a year for 3 years. Trey Burton is going to sign a 4-year deal, $32 million with Chicago. Virgil Green, 3 years with LA. Nas Paul, 2 years with Jacksonville. Dalen Fells, 3 years with Cleveland, $12 million. Lee Smith signed a 3-year deal with Oakland. Dale Carrier, a 3-year deal with Oakland. Now going ahead and looking at offensive linemen, we have Nate Solder, who signed a 4-year, $62 million deal with the Giants. We have Chris Hubbard, who went to Cleveland. Andre Smith, who went to Arizona. Henderson, who went to Houston. Gary Gilliam went to the 49ers. And again, a lot of these guys we've already talked about. But going down the list here, we have some more. Bradley Sowell, who went to Chicago, re-signed with Chicago. And then Nick Beckton, who re-signed with New York. Now, when it comes to guards, we have Weston Ritzberg, who signed a 5-year deal with San Francisco. Jacksonville got Norwell. Hurst went back to the Ravens, which, again, he's not a starter. He wasn't a starter last year, and we signed him to starter money. Don't know what the Ravens are doing. Being a Ravens fan is very frustrating during this time. Other than that, though, no big names actually right over to the left got signed. Zach Fulton, how do you say his name? He got signed 4 years to $30 million with Houston. Daniel Kilgore, who used to be actually still a 49er. I did not see the team at first, and I said used to be a 49er, still a 49er. John Greco re-signed with the Giants. And let's go ahead and look at defense. Defense, we have, as I said before, Onslow franchise tagged. Julius Peppers re-signed his contract 1 year, $5 million with Carolina. Trent Murphy signed a 3-year deal, $21 million with Buffalo. William Hayes re-signed a 1-year deal with Miami. Danico Autry signed a 3-year deal, $17.8 million with Indy. Devon Kennard signed a 3-year, $18.75 million deal with Detroit. Kareem Martin signed a 3-year, $21 million deal with New York. Going down the list, we have Sam Chu, who re-signed a 2-year deal with Chicago. Chris Smith signed a 3-year deal, $12 million with Cleveland. March signed a 2-year deal, $7.7 million deal with San Francisco. George Johnson signed a 1-year, $1 million deal with New Orleans Saints. And not even going to try to say his name. Buffalo Bills fans, tell me down below. Muhammad Wilkerson, 1 year, $5 million with Green Bay. Saul Lutz signed a 5-year deal with Buffalo. And again, we already covered a lot of these guys. I believe Haloti Nada, we didn't cover, signed a 1-year deal with Philadelphia. Which Philadelphia is just going to become a juggernaut like Golden State Warriors are. And they're going to win the Super Bowl every year. So, we're going to live in a norm that the Eagles did not win a Super Bowl until last year. And now they're going to win a Super Bowl every year. And we're just going to be like, hey, who's in the Super Bowl? Oh, the Eagles. Oh, they won already? Yeah, they won. They're just going to become dynasty and win every year. I mean, the Ravens have 2 Super Bowls, so I can't complain. Brent Urban already signed, as we said. Mitchell Urin signed a 3-year deal with Tampa Bay. Javaris Jenkins, we signed an undisclosed deal with KC. And then getting to the linebackers, we have Williamson, who signed a 3-year, $22.5 million deal with New York. We have Todd Davis, who signed a 3-year deal with Denver. Demario Davis signed a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Saints. We have Anthony Hitchens, who signed a 5-year deal, $45 million with KC. Paul Pulaski announced his retirement. I do not believe they were going to go ahead and re-sign him anyway. So, that might be why. Mason Foster with Washington. Christian Jones signed a 2-year deal with Detroit. Josh Bynes re-signed a 3-year deal with Arizona. Corey Nelson, 1-year deal with Philadelphia. Nick re-signed an undisclosed deal with Detroit. Julian Stanford signed a 2-year deal with Buffalo. Mark re-signed a 1-year deal with New York Giants. Nigel Bradham re-signed a 5-year deal with Philadelphia for $40 million. What is that? My math is completely bad, but $8 million a year. So 5-year, $8 million with Philadelphia. Brock Coyle, we signed a 3-year, $8.5 million deal with San Francisco. And now the cornerbacks, and you see the cornerbacks are plentiful because this is a position everyone needs and everyone needs to fix. Jermaine Johnson, 5 years, $72.5 million deal with New York. Kyle Fuller, transition tagged by Chicago. Richard Sherman, 3 years, $39 million, as we talked about yesterday. It's a very, inducive contract where he can make a lot more depending on how good he does. Aaron Cavan, 4 years, $34 million deal with Houston. Malcolm Butler, 5 years, $61 million deal with Tennessee. We have Prince Amukamara, who signed a 3 years, $27 million deal with Chicago. Bashard Breeland, 3 year, $24 million deal with Carolina. Vontae Davis signed a 1 year, $5 million deal with Buffalo. Patrick Robinson signed a 4-year, $20 million deal with the Saints. TJ Carrier, 4-year, $31 million deal with Cleveland. Cleveland is getting so freaking good. And being a Ravens fan, I hate to see Cleveland doing this good. We signed a 1-year, $7 million deal with Tampa Bay. We signed a 2-year, $9.2 million deal with Detroit. We signed a 3-year, $15.75 million deal with LA. Sam Shields signed a 1-year deal with LA. Tremaine Block signed a 1-year, $4 million deal with Denver. DJ Hayden signed a 3-year, $19 million deal with Jacksonville. Sean Shedd signed a 1-year, $3.5 million deal with Detroit. Damian Aronson signed a 1-year, $2.25 million deal with KC. Finally, Mitchell signed a 3-year deal with Cleveland. Wilson signed a 1-year deal with Atlanta. McFadden we signed a 1-year deal with Atlanta, and Teddy Williams signed a 1-year deal with the Giants. Whew, a lot of stuff to go through right there, guys. And then, of course, safeties, franchise tagged, 3-year deal with the Saints. Wilson we signed a 2-year deal with Detroit. Bradley McDonald signed a 3-year deal with Seattle. Cody Davis signed an undisclosed deal with Jacksonville. Tremaine Block signed a 2-year deal with the Jets. And, of course, we have some other guys right here. So, again, a lot of players to go through right there, guys. Again, thanks so much if you were watching this whole entire video. I will make these updates every single day of new players being signed. Of course, the Darius Webb is probably coming back to Baltimore, most likely. So that one is kind of easy. But other than that, guys, tell me down below who's your favorite team and who did they sign that you like the most? Who are you most excited about when it comes to new free agents going somewhere? Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next one. Peace out.